If my tripod still is moving. Yes, I'm wearing a Fortnite shirt. Don't dog me too much about it. It's literally, I saw it. I needed a long sleeve shirt real quick for something, and I just picked this because it looked kind of cool and it was a nice color. So don't dog me on it too hard. I don't really play Fortnite. I did, but then it just got old real fast for me. So, but that's besides the point. So I'm giving an update video today on just kind of life in general. So I actually did record like 3 separate quarantine workout videos, but for some reason iCloud was like, oh yeah, so we're not going to use them because we're going to take forever to download as soon as you record it, which doesn't make any sense. So, and I was connected to Wi-Fi, and I literally was like editing it that night. So it was probably like 8 hours after the fact that I recorded it, 7, 8 hours, maybe not even that much. So I don't even know what the deal is with that. But I'm doing well, staying healthy. So I'm disappointed that those videos weren't able to go out, and I can't really do anything about it. It screwed me over like a couple other workout videos that I've mentioned in previous videos before over my voiceovers. But today, it's not about fitness, it's about my cars. So I'm gonna update you on all the cars, like all the car projects that I have, what I'm going to do, what I will be doing, and what I'm currently doing. I probably will end up working out today. These things, I've never had one of these before. They're not healthy at all, but they're a great pre-workout. So I'll update you on the WRX first. So I'm at my apartment. My WRX is at my parents' house. That being said, there's a lot of issues with the WRX. I can't bring her up here right now. I'm trying my best and I would like to, but I can't. So I've replaced the camshaft sensor 3 times by 3 different brands. They were all brand new. The last one I just got from AutoZones because it's an OEM part, and it should work. It's still complaining about it. I replaced the O2 sensor. Well, I didn't even replace it. I put one in it because I have a 4-inch piping exhaust system throughout the entire car, and it's loud and there's a lot of airflow, and they took the second oxygen sensor out of it. So that being said, the car never had one. Once I put it in there, it ran a little bit better, but the computer is just still super angry. The car initially had a Cobb tune on it, but then my buddy who sold me the car took it to a tuner to get it removed so the car could go back to stock. I don't know if the computer was super happy about that or not, so, which concerns me. And the reason why it does is because my last resort is buying a new computer, which I'm actually going to do, which it's not super hard to like replace or whatnot, but I'm gonna replace the computer, see if that works. But when I do, my initial plan was to do an STI turbo and intercooler swap. That'd put the car probably around like 310 or 15 horsepower. That's minus everything that I've done with the car so far. And then I was gonna go straight to a Cobb Stage 2 tune and add other like modifications to it. So I was gonna get the car right around like 460, 470 horsepower. That thing was gonna be a sleeper. So that being said, it is almost making me wonder, should I just do an STI turbo and intercooler swap and just boost the PSI on the turbo and just call it a day instead of putting a tune on it? I know people put tunes on cars all the time, but if a tune messed up this car that much because it's faulty or ran out, or I don't know how tunes work exactly, but that's not like in my scope of like practice, I guess, when it comes to like cars, or I guess I should say knowledge. It's not within my certain range of knowledge when it comes to cars, but I'm doing my research on tunes, just seeing how they work. But that concerns me, so I don't know if I'm gonna do a Cobb tune on the car or not. I might not, we'll see. So that being said, I'm gonna show you my other 3 projects that I have outside. Before I even go outside, I brought my bike. I purchased my buddy's 212-inch Kenwood subs with the amp yesterday. This is my weight setup right here. Got a couple dumbbells. I can put weight plates on these guys right here, so I can make heavier dumbbells, which is really nice. I have a barbell, pull-up bar, and that's about it. I have a mesh grill right there that I'm going to be putting on one of my cars, which I'm going to show you. That's a strut tower bar that took off one of my cars, so I'm going to paint and put on one of my cars, which I'll show you. But this was my whole, let's get all this stuff last night, so that was fun. Okay, so we can have something a little more acceptable. All right, so let's go look at my car projects. Here's my silver Civic. As you can see, there's damage to the car. So I replaced the door, replaced the bumper. I need to cut and weld that one metal piece, and then I'm gonna completely black the car out. So I was initially gonna do an entire like SI engine swap, interior swap, everything like that, and I was like getting prepared for it, and then I just decided not to because I got other cars. Also replaced this front fender right here, and I fixed the hole that was in the front bumper as well. But other than that, the car is in like good shape, and the interior is still like super clean. So I was very thrilled when I found this car. So moving on to my wife, essentially. It's my 99 Mazda Miata. Yeah, I know you can see this. That happened last night, don't know how, but it did. So there's a lot of rust damage on her right now, and the interior is pretty clean for the most part. I haven't unlocked it yet, but and I have a Samurai Sword shifter on that. I'll show you the interior later, but the car is overall like in pretty okay shape. It's very rusty, and I need to do a lot of rust damage repair on her, and I'm gonna do a burgundy red paint job for her, and I'm gonna do some really nice rims on her. The rims are gonna be bigger, tires are gonna be wider, everything like that, so it's gonna be super sick. I actually recently painted the valve cover, so those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you don't, I'll pop the hood and I'll show you. So here's the engine bay. I painted the valve cover. I painted this lime green, which is exactly the color that I wanted for it. The cap showed like a darker green, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. It came out like this, and I was very thrilled. And then I hand painted the letters black. That was a little rough, and it looks a little rough, but from a distance it doesn't look terrible, but definitely not something within my particular set of skills. But this is the engine bay, and it's super clean. So in that strut tower bar that usually goes across here, I took that off. That's what was inside, and that's what I'm gonna paint today and everything for her. So it's gonna be black, red, and silver. It's gonna look really sick. Don't mind the hood, I just popped it open because it's very difficult to get open. So this is my 99 Honda Civic Si, but it's GSR engine swapped out of a 98 Integra GSR. So this car, I love this car to death. There's no rust. The interior is absolutely immaculate, and I absolutely love this car. But I am going to sell her to put money towards my silver Civic, which I've been enjoying a lot. I'm most likely going to sell her and put that money towards my silver Civic to fix, and then possibly sell my silver Civic, but we'll see. It's not for certain yet. That front grille right here, that is going to be replaced with that black mesh grille that I showed you inside. Let's take a look at the engine. Thought it was gonna be cold out today, but it's not. Here is the engine bay right here. So it does have a strut bar tower. It has a strut tower bar up top as well. So that one's also red, but I'm gonna paint that purple. And I do need another valve cover gasket, so I'm gonna have to take the valve cover off anyway to replace that. So I'm actually gonna paint this purple. I know my neighbor wanted to do a powder paint on it, so I might wait to do that, but I might not. I'm not 100% sure just yet. But this is the engine bay. It has a Type S manifold in the back. It has an intake on it. Headers are stock, but it's fully straight piped out the back, which is really nice. And I'm very thankful that this bumper, by the way, only has clips that you throw it on and off, so I was not about to like fuck with like a bunch of like bolts and shit like that. So, but yeah, I love this car. She's fast and she sounds nice, but I feel like I can let her go. So that's this car, and there's only 116,000 miles on it for 99, which is pretty incredible. All right, so I'm gonna set my camera most likely right here. Seems like a good spot. I'm gonna turn my phone this way. So I'm in my Miata right now. I'm gonna throw the top back. Roll the windows down per usual. And then I will raise this up right here. So I got to get a car cover for the Miata because of that rip in the back, and it just won't close fully all the way. So I need a new soft top to begin with. But I'm thinking I might make my own, I guess, convergent attachment instead of like the ones right up here. So, because those are super annoying. But I'm about to head down to the gas station. I'm gonna get a Monster as I usually do in the morning, and then we'll move on with my day. So got my Monsters, ended up going with the purple and a white. Always go with the white every single time, no matter what. But I haven't had a purple in a while, so I figured I'm gonna drink that today. Then I got a protein bar for after my workout. He's bright as hell. So one thing I did forget to mention was that I actually lost the washer, bolt, and rubber grommet on my red Civic. And that being said, it started digging into the strut tower mount, and it's not too bad, but I noticed a difference when I was driving, and then my roommate noticed. She's like, wait, there's something missing. And I was like, oh shit, there is something missing. So I'm waiting for that piece to come in. Once that piece comes in, I will be listing her for sale. I sat in her the other day and I was just like, I love this car so much, but I'd be okay with parting with it because I can use that towards other things, like build a savings account more than, I mean, my savings is already pretty built, but more so, and I can throw that towards other car projects and maybe buying a newer, like different car down the road too. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting having life without Baby Red, but it's okay because I might do turbo build on the Silver Civic. That's a maybe. I'm just more worried about actually fix the car and paint it and make it look good first before I do anything. If I decide to sell it, then I probably will not do turbo build on it. So, but I did hit up a guy to do some tint on it today. Don't know if that's gonna happen or not today. We'll see. I got other projects I'm gonna take care of right now.